3, 2, 1. Every 3 seconds, someone is diagnosed with dementia. Alzheimer's disease is the leading cause of dementia, but there are still no effective treatments. Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease. During disease progression, brain cells, called neurons, die. This is a problem because our brain is formed during embryonic development. Our brain is populated by neurons only during this time. As soon as you are born, boom, it stops. No new neurons for the rest of your life. If we think of our brain as a garden, this means that neurons, the flowers, are only planted before birth, and in Alzheimer's, these flowers die. But one brain region, the hippocampus, which is important in learning and memory, can produce new neurons, even in adulthood, in a process called neurogenesis, which adds new flowers to your garden of memory. In Alzheimer's disease, our hippocampus is the first brain region impacted, and one of the first consequences is memory loss. If we could stimulate neurogenesis in people suffering from Alzheimer's, it may help reduce their symptoms and disease progression. This is what I am trying to do during my PhD. Research in animal studies shows that exercise can stimulate neurogenesis. It acts like a fertilizer for neurons, helping them survive and grow. Understanding how exercise does this could allow for the development of treatments to combat Alzheimer's and keep our garden of memory blooming. One candidate as a master fertilizer is our gut microbiome, the trillions of microorganisms living in the gut. Have you ever had butterflies in your stomach? This is because our brain impacts our gut and vice versa. I want to verify if the gut microbiome is a good fertilizer for neurons, and if exercise is able to boost these microorganisms into a super fertilizer. I will perform a microbiome transplant, transferring fecal matter, yes, poop, from exercising mice into the stomach of Alzheimer's mice. I can't ask these mice if this exercise microbiome transplant helps memory loss. Instead, I will use different mazes to test their learning and memory. I will then explore their brains, especially the hippocampus, using techniques like microscopy to see if this exercise microbiome supports their neurons, preventing the death we see in Alzheimer's. But don't worry, if I find benefits, I won't recommend eating poop. I will also measure the exercise microbiome to see what microorganisms are there and what they are producing. I hope to identify gut microbes that produce beneficial nutrients for our neuron flowers, helping create new targets for Alzheimer's disease treatment. Every 3 seconds, someone is diagnosed with dementia, and the garden of their brain starts to wither. My research aims to keep our garden of memory blooming into old age. Every second counts.